Welcome to another edition of Global Top Retro. This week, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be doing Super Bowl 11. The Super Bowl that took place in 77, which means the championship for 76. So this week's countdown is for November 6th, 1976. Coach the then Oakland Raiders. Who coached them to glory? This man.
A lot of other beers around, and you can drink any one you want.
Across him, boom! You know, like they do in wrestling, boom, boom, right there. That's a wham block. They had a baby bucket. It was Huey Lewis. A quarterback has a good game, and here comes Huey Lewis out of the stands.
Hi, John.
I think he was someplace else. Hey, Huey, how you doing? Here, but he doesn't have anything here at all. Watch, when you take it off, he doesn't have anything going up in there. Right? See how heat does come out of the top of your head? Look at it, just coming off at Nate's head there. That's where it escapes. If you have heat in your body and you want to let it out, you take your hat off. You could have a barbecue on that. You know, had another good life, blimps. Yeah. I always get to go to games and watch everything. I think if I come back in another life, I'd like to be either a blimp or a seagull. You know, as a water. So it's at sea level. So this field is always going to be wet, and it's going to be heavy, and it's going to be loose. See, because if you see, here's the water right here, and here's the stadium right here. And somehow this water comes underneath and gets in there to the stadium.
That is it.
And you see, you cut it like right down here. See, and then this is what it looks like inside. See, so you got turkey, then duck, and then dressing, and then chicken.
Oh.
And then you just have to do it that way, or if any of that makes sense.
Now, can I get some hoisin sauce with that? That's unbelievable.
You know, the first time I ever had one of these, I ate it with my fingers, and then I had to shake hands, and I didn't know whether.
Stay away from me.
Sit back and watch some classic music and not so classic music as we begin our countdown on Global Top 40 Retro. Brought to you by Lafayette Miller.
As I was saying, I don't care what anybody else.
Holy crap, Jill! Take chill! Relax! Take it easy! Makes me feel like I have a beer. I don't even drink. I mean, maybe an occasional Angry Orchard, but other than that, zip. Okay, so my name is Anthony James Powell. You know how this drill works. This is actually the hardest thing I've drank so far today, and that's how that's going to wind up. Anyway, this is for November 9th, 1976. Some classics, some rock classics, some disco classics, and some that you probably wish to never hear again, even though here we are. Some people are playing them, and you wonder why. So anyway, let's go ahead and start off with number 40 on our Global Top 40 Retro Survey this week. I will check my phone and see what we got here. I do believe it is the Manhattan Transfer that are at number 40 this week. Well, we all know the Manhattan Transfer. They are, and I guess, kind of hard to describe, to our jazz fusion band, I think I would say. Let's see here. I'm going to look them up here. Give me a minute. Manhattan Transfer. Give me another trans. There we go. American Vocal Group. Was an American vocal group formed in 1969 in New York City. Music genres like a cappella, Brazilian jazz, swing, vocalese, rhythm, pop blues, and standards. They've won 11 Grammy Awards, so that must be a huge closet. I guess they're no longer together. I guess the first edition came from Tim Hauser, Ernie Dickens, Marty Nelson, Pat Rosilla, and Gene Pizzilli. Second version was completed by Hauser, Alan Paul, Janis Teagan, and Laurie Miles. The third most popular one happened in 1979 because Maz had to lead the group being dead in a car engine and was replaced by Cheryl Bente. I think that's the lineup you have now. I know I looked this up, and I know this is right. So I guess this might be the one for 76. Hauser, Paul Jenner, Janis Siegel, and Laura Massey. This is the incarnation of the group. They did get a global top 40 hit with this group. They were, of course, more successful with The Boy from New York City. That was the group that was formed in 79. So there you go. But we have the one that was formed in 72. In our Global Top 40 Retro Survey. This is Chantos Dior. I hope I pronounced that right. It is indeed from the Manhattan Transfer. They kick us off, and it is a debut, by the way. Can't forget that. Here it is. Welcome. This is Global Top 40 Retro.